This video is for founders and CEOs of HR consultancies, and this video is on how to create and leverage captivating case study sales assets that generate new business while you sleep, position you above and beyond your competition, and 3x your marketing efforts so that you can grow your business without relying on word of mouth, networking, or referrals. If you don't know me, my name is Jordan Bailey at JHP Digital, where we partner with HR consulting firms to grow their revenue without relying on any inbound traffic, without relying on word of mouth, networking, or referrals. And if you'd like to explore the possibility of partnering with us so that we can explore whether or not we're able to help you, then feel free to click the button below on this video or anywhere on our social media profiles to book in a call with us. This video is for founders, CEOs, and managing directors of HR consultancies who have great case studies and happy clients, and you offer services such as ESG consulting, impact consulting, organizational design, change management, talent assessment and management, senior leadership development, talent development, psychometric assessment, DE&I consulting, or fractional HR services such as rewards, performance management, succession planning, audits, onboarding, or any other services anywhere in between. But you rely solely on word of mouth, networking, or referrals for new business, and you're sick of placing the entire future of your business in the hands of someone else and their network. You don't know when or where your next deal is coming from, and you want to grow your consultancy year on year, but you're worried about the impacts the current economic and political climate will have on your clients' budgets and their willingness to work with you. This video is also for you if you or your senior team are personally responsible for new business, which ties up far too much of your time on internal projects or current client projects, and too many of your deals rely on buying that third round at the convention hotel bar. You're caught in a loop of chasing potential deals after sending over proposals and pricing, all for them to say that now's not the right time and to check back in with them in 6 months. And this video is also for you if all you have to show for the fantastic transformations you've made for your clients is their logo, a quote, and a short summary buried deep in your website that no one looks at. And you want a recession-proof, proactive, teachable, predictable, reliable, and scalable method of acquiring new business for your HR consultancy, which doesn't rely on you fostering and nurturing potential client relationships that end up going nowhere. Here's what we're going to cover in today's video. The 7 benefits of high quality case study assets, that's coming up first. The second one is how to get your past clients to give you a case study. It's not as easy as it seems, it's just asking them. The third one is the 18 question framework that ensures a heartfelt testimonial. And the fourth one is the 3 places you need to leverage your case study assets to ensure maximum revenue growth. So let's start with the 7 benefits of high quality case study assets. The first one is that it builds credibility and trust. And a well-documented case study showcases irrefutable visual evidence and real-world examples of how your consultancy has successfully solved your clients' problems. This tangible evidence demonstrates your expertise and gives the viewer a better picture of what it would be like to work with you. The second one is that it showcases tangible results. Numbers speak louder than words, and by highlighting key metrics, improvements, and outcomes achieved for past clients, case studies provide a concrete evidence of the value your consultancy brings in video form. You're able to quantify the transformation you brought to them, but also emphasize the qualitative elements of the work. So the second order benefits that most don't realize they're getting just from reading your initial surface level case study. The third one is online visibility. So high quality content, including case study assets, improves your brand's visibility. When optimized and distributed correctly, case studies drive organic traffic to your website, increasing your chances of attracting potential leads. The fourth one is that it facilitates decision making for prospects. So decision makers often rely on case studies to understand how a solution might work for them and their specific challenges. And a well-structured case study provides them with the insights they need to choose your consultancy over competitors. So the more case studies that you have compared to someone else who is also pitching your HR consultancy services, the more likely a stakeholder would be able to trust you that you're able to deliver on what you're looking to sell them. The fifth one is empathy. So case studies allow the viewer to emotionally identify with the person giving the testimonial on an emotional and niche level. So you're not saying, okay, we worked with this oil and gas company and they were able to achieve this result. You're saying, we helped this head of HR with this problem that they were having, and we can help other head of HRs like you in similar industries. So you see a difference there. You're not connecting with them based on their organization and their industry, but them on their personal level with the problems, barriers, goals, and desires that they have within their particular role. The sixth one is content marketing. So case studies can be repurposed in various formats. You can put them in blog posts, videos, infographics, and much more. And this versatility means that you will reach a wider audience across different platforms, so you maximize the return on investment on your content creation efforts. And lastly, the seventh one is that it encourages client advocacy. So when a client agrees to be featured in a case study, it often indicates their satisfaction and trust in your services. This not only strengthens your relationship with that client, but also positions them as an advocate for your brand. So if they do move to another organization, then you're able to strengthen that relationship and increase the lifetime value of that particular head of HR or learning partner. And client endorsements are an essential way in swaying potential clients. So those are the 7 benefits of high quality case studies. Now we're going to get into the 3-step process to guarantee your past clients give you a case study. So it's all well and good understanding the benefit of having great case studies, video case studies in this sense, but how do you get a client who you've done great work with to give you a case study? It's very easy to get a quote for them and a logo, so you can just put it on your website, but to really maximize the case study for your benefit in growing your consultancy, there needs to be a video, and they need to agree to spend their time to actually go on video and be in public in that way. So how do you ensure that they agree to do that? Because going on video isn't necessarily something that people enjoy to do. So how do you make sure you create a win-win environment for them? So all clients that you've provided both great results for and a great experience for will be more than happy to take part and even be glad that you asked. And this is the mindset shift that you need to have. You'll be surprised how receptive your clients will be when you ask them, and you'll wonder why this hasn't been something that you've done already. Just asking them to go on a video with you, a Teams recording or a Zoom video, and record that conversation with the 18-question framework I'm about to lay out in this video. When it comes to case studies, most businesses settle with, again, simple quotes, reviews, dashboard screenshots, and maybe a client logo on their landing page. But going this extra mile to create an asset that allows a prospect to emotionally invest in your clients speaking highly of you creates an asset that will reap benefits for years to come. I know organizations and previous clients who are utilizing case studies from 3 years ago, but because they're in a video, they stand the test of time, and they're able to be distributed much easier than just on a PDF or on a web page, or passively be found by any clients who are looking for you from an inbound channel. So here's the 3-step process to invite your past clients onto a case study interview. Step 1 is that you're going to make a list, and the list is going to include 4 things. The first one is who got the best transformations and results. So who are your best case studies? You want to capture those first because they're the strongest ones. And the second one is who had the best experience with you. So that also matters. Sometimes I'm just being honest, the experience matters more than the results. Did they have a good time working with you? And that really translates and shifts their perception onto how well of a job that you did for them. The third one is who are the type of clients you'd like to work with again? So is there a particular industry that you perform best in when you're helping those type of clients? Is it SMEs? Is it a particular oil? Is it oil and gas? Is it financial services? Is it other industries, telecommunications or travel or commercial real estate? Any of those industries that you've performed quite well with in the past, you want to work with again because it's easy for you to replicate and it doesn't require that much more effort because you've already done it before and you have the process in place. You want to prioritize those case studies so you can leverage those in your outbound campaigns, so you're more likely to work with those clients again. And the fourth one is who are the type of clients you can easily get results for again? What's easy for you to do? Is it a small senior leadership team of a startup and you know leadership development for those because you've done it so many times in your career and it's just like clockwork, you can do it in your sleep. Those are the best case studies to do because you're able to get more of those clients because those case studies are similar to the type of people who you want to be working with in the future. So that's step 1, is to create that list. Step 2 is to reach out to them. And on screen here is a simple script we send on behalf of all of our clients that come work with us to invite them onto a case study interview. And I'll just read it out here. So hi, first name, hope you're doing well. We're currently working on collecting client success stories to add to our landing page and wanted to invite you to take part. So it's important that you frame it as client successes rather than a video interview because it's much more of a scarier prospect to, okay, we want to interview just you rather than we're collecting and everyone's involved and we want you to take part and be part of that collective. It really makes it easier for someone to invest their time into a wider project than just it being focused strictly on them. The next thing you say is, would you be against having a short 15-minute call, if remote, or /me visiting you next week if in person for your input? In-person case studies perform 10x better than remote case studies, but remote case studies perform 100x better than any other case study that exists. So you want it on video, and if they're across the country, then that's fine. You can just do it remotely. If you work often in that major city that you operate in and all your clients are there, then definitely schedule time to invite them to your office or you go out to them to record that case study. So here's how it will work, and you'll want to explain to them what the process is going to be like. So we'll set up a meeting and I'll ask for your feedback on your experience of working with us and how we helped you through a series of questions. It's a no pressure, natural conversation that we'll record and turn into a video for our landing page. We'll send you everything that's recorded after it's made so you can review it and make any changes before we post it. If this sounds fair, then we'd love to have you to take part. What days work for you next week? I'm free Monday or Tuesday. Looking forward to speaking with you soon. Thanks, your name. And that's simply what you send to them. And you'd be surprised how many people go, of course, we'd love to take part. You've done great work for us in the past. We'd love to give back because you're cashing in on that reciprocity bias. And you're allowing people to say good words about you. People do love to share the great experiences they had, especially if it's framed in this way. So again, framing it as a client success story rather than a video case study increases the likelihood of them agreeing to do it. And the third bit is just to book a 30-minute call with them when's best for you. From here, you can record it on Teams or Zoom and then upload the content to your social media and websites where you host your case studies. And here on this document is an example we made for a previous client. when it's recorded remotely. The person on the left, who was the client, is based in London, and the person on the right is based in the US. And this is how we recorded that remote case study. Now, if your clients, just as a note, are private about their revenue numbers or about the transformation that you made, and they have NDAs around this, you're not able to talk about those particular details, then assure them that you won't talk about that in the case study. This will increase the likelihood that they'll do it, and you can focus on the transformation and the experience of working with you instead, which is the part that you're looking to capture in the first place. So that's how you get your past clients onto a case study. But once they're there, what do you ask them? Well, this is the 18-question framework that ensures a heartfelt testimonial every single time. Every time we've used this framework for our past clients, we're able to ensure the case study was the best it could ever be. So make sure you use this. Just going to go through every question one by one and explain why it's there. So the first question is, where were you before working with us, and where are you now? And we've asked this question first as to not bury the lead deep within the case study. The most important part of the case study is the person giving the testimonial saying where they were before working with you, where they are now, and attributing that transformation to you and your offer and your services. Case studies fail if they don't include this front and center. So here's where I was before, here's where I am now, and this is me attributing that transformation to working directly with you. That's so important to get at the start. You know, if case studies are, say, 20-minute video long and you have the most important part at the start, then the person watching it just gets it. It's like, oh, okay, cool, this is the transformation they made. And that allows them to be hooked into the case study, so they'll watch the rest of it. The second question is, tell us about yourself and your business. What was your situation before working with us? So it allows them to share about their role, their organization, and the current problems that they were facing before working with you. What were your goals and what was blocking you from achieving them? So it's the third question. The fourth one was, what had you tried before? So you're getting them to dig into that pain a bit more, all the different solutions that they had tried and what was overwhelming about it, and you get them to really build up and resonate with the other person who's watching it, who is in a similar position to them because they share roles. And the fifth question is really important, is what was wrong with those other options before? Why didn't those solutions get you to where you really wanted to go? And it really just gives you the exact answer and really allows them to share the exact answer to why all the other solutions, all the other things that they could possibly try, other consultancies, other solutions doing themselves, just don't work. And this, by default and by process of elimination, positions you and your services and your consultancy as the number one answer in comparison. So the sixth one is, what attracted you to us? And I'll say, this is an opportunity for them to just say great things about you and just just praise you, essentially. And it's a great question to put in there. And what ultimately pushed you over the edge? What was the final thing that they looked at and said, okay, yeah, that was it. This is when I knew these would be the right people that we could work with. The eighth question is quite a sneaky one, is what was the reason you almost didn't work with us? You calling out your flaws, or like other person calling out your flaws and just going, yeah, I nearly didn't work with you this, but that just doesn't matter based on the transformation we had. It doesn't put you in a completely, perfect light, because if you're too perfect in the eyes of your client, then it seems almost unbelievable. But this adds a layer of believability into their testimonial. And from here, in the ninth question, it gets into the process of working with you directly. So, okay, you start working with us, talk about the steps that you took. What was the first thing we did? How did you find that? How did we do that? What was the next thing we did? What was the next thing? And you're really just going step by step across the whole process and the whole experience that you did. So it gives the person who's watching the testimonial an idea of like, okay, they've got this great result. This is all the things that they tried before. Okay, what did they actually do step by step to get to the next point? And then from here on question 14, what was the most helpful part of the whole process of working together? So this is basically your unique mechanism. What was the best part of working with you throughout that whole process that really made the difference? What stopped you from doing this by yourself? Again, just another reiteration on why they need your services as opposed to doing it themselves, and what surprised you about working with us. So this is where you get the hidden gems and the things you can't necessarily get from just a written case study or a single quote. This is what really surprised, like, okay, I didn't understand or didn't expect them to do this, and they went above and beyond expectation. That question is really important. 17th question is, what would you say the main differences are between us and other solutions you were looking at in the market? Here's the rest of your competition. Didn't like this because of this. This is why I'm going over here. And the last question, if someone was on the fence, what would you tell them? This is really perfect for the person who's watching all of your case studies. They're really there looking for the solution. And by the time they're like, okay, what do I actually do here? What solution am I going to pick? Which consultancy am I going to go with? This is the question which will push them over the edge and make them book a call in with you. Following this framework ensures that the case studies you collect leave no stones unturned and gives the person giving the testimonial the opportunity to say things which your audience can personally relate to. And finally, after you've asked all those questions, when you're looking to put it on your website or your landing page, here's the template for titling the case study. It's how we helped company achieve desired outcome in time frame without contrary or pain point or barrier. And that's simply how you display them. So congratulations, you've got your case study. Your clients are really happy and have shared their great experience that they've had working with you. And now you want to put that out so other people in the same industry or have the same job role or you're looking to work with can also see that great experience that's been shared. So these are the 3 places you need to leverage your case study assets to ensure maximum business growth. The first one is LinkedIn, and many HR consultancy founders and CEOs simply share a link to their case study on LinkedIn with a brief caption, expecting their network to click through and be wowed. But in reality, it's a written summary of the case study with your client's logo and maybe a quote from the key stakeholder on your website. It's not really exciting, it's pretty boring at the end of the day. This old approach results in low engagement, minimal click-through rates, and a missed opportunity to showcase the transformation you gave to the stakeholder in their own words through long-form video. Instead of just sharing a link, what we've done with our clients previously is to craft a compelling story around the case study. So we use a mix of text, images, and even short video snippets. We break down the challenge, the solution, and the results in a series of posts, creating a narrative that draws your network in, ensuring they view the case study in its entirety. This results in higher engagement, increased visibility in feeds due to LinkedIn's algorithm favoring consistent, engaging content, and a stronger positioning as an industry thought leader compared to your competitors. By sharing in-depth case studies in this way, you're not just showcasing your success, you're educating your audience at the same time. This positions you as a thought leader, not just a typical service provider who's shilling their stuff on their LinkedIn network. So the second place now is your website, and 99% of HR consultancies that we talk to place their case studies in a hard to find section on their website or present them in long, dense formats that are not user-friendly. And this results in potential clients bouncing off without diving deep, and the powerful impact of your case study is lost. You've worked so hard on that transformation, but all you have left to show for it is just a boring web page, essentially. Make your case studies front and center of your landing page. You want to display clear, irrefutable visual evidence of your client's successes, as this is the key driving factor to inbound and outbound traffic engaging in a sales conversation with you. The proof is in the pudding. What pudding have you made? You may have a great recipe, you may say all these words on your website, but what are the case studies? What are the results of the work that you've done? And proof that you've done it for someone like them is proof that you can do it for someone like them. This approach results in an increased time spent consuming your content, higher conversion rates, and more engaged audience that sees the tangible value you provide. Your website is your digital storefront. A well-presented case study not only showcases your successes, but also gives potential clients a taste of the experience they can expect working with you, which they don't get in the current case studies that you're placing on your website. The third place, which you might not expect, is YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine after Google. In fact, YouTube is Google. And I haven't said this here on this document, but YouTube is the only platform, the only social media platform, which operates as a traffic generation platform, but also a traffic conversion platform. It does both at the same time. It's incredibly special. Most businesses, let alone most HR consultancies, ignore YouTube as a platform for their marketing. But a well-optimized video can drive organic traffic for years, making it a long-term asset that keeps on giving. Do not overlook YouTube. Host your videos on YouTube and optimize the thumbnails, the titles, the descriptions, and the SEO keywords to ensure that you'll gather organic inbound traffic to your business for years to come. Also serving as the outbound conversion mechanism, which is essential for outbound campaigns to work for your HR consultancy. So to wrap up this video, in the evolving landscape of HR consultancies, the traditional methods of acquiring new business, such as word of mouth, networking, or referrals, are becoming increasingly unreliable. For founders and CEOs, the key to consistent growth lies in leveraging the power of case study sales assets through proactive outbound marketing channels. These aren't just testimonials, but are tangible evidence of the transformations you've brought to your clients. For the growth-minded HR consultancy leader looking to proactively win new business, this guide and this video serves as a comprehensive blueprint for creating and leveraging case studies effectively. However, even the most compelling case studies are useless if they're not seen. And by strategically leveraging platforms such as LinkedIn, your own website, and YouTube, you can maximize the reach of these assets, ensuring that they work tirelessly for you, converting and winning new business whilst you sleep. For HR consultancies aiming to grow in today's competitive market, it's imperative to harness the power of case studies, not just as testimonials or client logos on your website, but as a potent sales asset that showcases the tangible value and transformation you bring to your clients. And as with anything in life, there will be certain points where bottlenecks are going to come up when you're looking to try and implement everything that we covered in this video. If you stick with it and actively try and implement all of this on your own or with your team, I have no doubt that you'll be able to eventually see results. But if you want help implementing the above, as well as our full HR consultancy outbound marketing process, then click the link below and watch the video on the page to learn more about how we can help you. Again, if you're a founder or CEO of a HR consulting firm and would like to explore the possibility of partnering with us to 3x your revenue in the next 12 months without relying on word of mouth, networking, or referrals, then please click the link here to book a call. I'd love to speak to you soon. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next video.